Yo. Welcome. If you're alive, subscribe. I'm back again. Y'all know what time it is. I'm gonna speak on some subjects tonight that you might agree with and you might not agree with. But one of them's gonna be pretty. It ain't gonna be tough, but it's gonna be the truth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy about it. So I don't want to make nobody think that I'm not happy about this situation what happened. But I got my son today, and his mom. We was talking, and his mom was reminiscing on me talking about not wanting to have a son when I was younger, and I didn't. I did not want a son, and the reason why I didn't want a son because I was in the streets. And when you come up in the streets, you totally know that it's not a safe place. And so the reason why I said that is because I'm one of the people that live the street life in that, and I totally 100% understood that it wasn't safe out there. So I wasn't one of those people caught up in the streets and acting like, oh, it's cool out there and I'm safe. Every day when I went out there, I totally understood that it wasn't safe. And I knew from the get-go that it wasn't safe for a black man. So as you know, we all know, some children, women, the LGBTQ community, and other communities are really, really safe. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't trying, a black man, for real, we don't, in some people's mind, we don't really have a place here. And the reason I think so, just me personally, why I think, because I totally understand that we are a big threat to everything what's going on. I totally understand that we was the first people on this earth. I totally understand that we can make white babies, we can make black babies. Our agenda with black men is so strong, so I understand why certain people are threatened by us. So I didn't want a son because I didn't want him to have to go through the stuff that I had to go through, and I didn't want him to grow up idolizing me because I was out there doing pretty good and I was out there doing a lot, and I just didn't want to see him have to go through juvenile and jail. And I mean, I always talk about the streets because that's where I live. I'm the guy that my best friend got killed right in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like from another friend, and I might have done told y'all this before, but I thought it was a game. My best friend said, soon as I see him, I'm finna hit him with these brass knuckles. And he wasn't telling a lie. When he saw him, he hit him with the brass knuckles, and another friend of mine turned around and shot him dead. So that's why I was afraid to have a son. Now, go past that, getting out of prison and going to prison and doing all that. Now, I love that I have a son. Because now I can teach him what to do and what not to do. And I didn't feel like I could do that back then because I didn't know what to do and what not to do. I was out there trying to figure it out. And so I had to explain to his mother that, no, it ain't like that no more. So I guess that gave her a little more closure on me saying what I said. So I didn't mean that. I meant that then. But now I'm like super proud to have a son because now I can actually teach him how to be a man. He want to do YouTube. I can teach him how to do that. If he want to go to work, I can teach him how to do that. When it's time for him to start having relations with women, I'm comfortable now. I can teach him to do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm proud of that. But I think about, and the reason why I feel like I feel, and I want to talk about a situation, I think about R. Kelly. And we all know that R. Kelly did something bad. He did something wrong. And he did something that I would never co-sign on. He did something that I got kids, and whatever he did, I don't know it to be true. That's not me. I'm not the judge. I'm not God, and I'm not gonna judge him. But what I am gonna say is this: I don't feel like the system is fair on when you saying a black man, and I'm gonna say any other man. I'm not gonna even point out a certain race. I'm gonna point out all races are treated um, way better than we are. And so a lot of people and women, and they don't understand that it's a struggle out here for us. They don't understand. They don't understand how much of a threat being the color I am, looking like I look. They don't understand that that's a threat. It's always been a threat. So my thing with R. Kelly, if he put out that album or somebody else put out that album, I totally get it. I totally understand it. But they like ban him. It's like when a black man get in trouble, it's like y'all want him to be dead. It's like y'all don't want to hear his voice. Y'all don't want him to have no type of happiness. Y'all gonna make sure, and I'm talking about the system, y'all are gonna make sure that you break a black man. That's the first thing y'all go for is the money, because you understand that the money do have a lot to do with power. So it's no forgiveness for R. Kelly. So I thought about Jeffrey Dahmer. And I thought about him eating people, smoking people. That man done did everything to people wrong that you can possibly do. But the funny thing is this: when his movie came out, nobody said ban Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm talking about the other side. Yeah, I heard Boosie was talking about it, and a couple of people was talking about it, but nobody was saying ban Jeffrey Dahmer. But then I thought about it. I said, oh, okay. I forgot America loves murder. So, yeah, it was monuments of Hitler. So America can play it off. Yeah, they got so mad at Kanye for saying something about Hitler, but America put statues up of Hitler. Come on. I mean, they put statues up of him because they love murder. And I guess they say R. Kelly charged as a child rape or whatever he was doing. I guess they saying that that's higher than murder, but it's not higher than murder. I wouldn't want none of them to happen to nobody I know, my kid, but I want my kid to live. I would rather for anybody. I don't want nothing to happen to nobody, but I would rather for them to stay living. So y'all are getting Jeffrey Dahmer rich and rich and yeah, we know y'all pay him. He's getting rich in prison. He's getting all the honor and the praise for killing people and eating people, and a lot of people think it's funny and they think it's cool. But R. Kelly, he has a child charge, and y'all don't want to hear nothing from him. It's like y'all rather for him to be dead. And anybody that say his name in any platform, y'all are going at him. So why are you guys or whoever the system is not going at Jeffrey Dahmer and the stuff he's done and putting out his content? It's just, this stuff is right in your face. It's always about the black man can't do it, but he can. I was upset. I was so upset with Obama this week. And I always held Obama to a high praise, and I always first black president. And I do think he tried. I think he tried everything he could to make it better for us. I'm not gonna say that, but I am gonna say this to him. If I'm fighting for a cause, let me fight for a cause. Don't always be the guy with a high voice, because we understand that you got a high voice because Obama said, well, Mexicans and Asians and all that gonna be mad if you get reparations. So if they are mad, who cares? If the state, if the country of USA owe Mexicans, if they owe Latinos, if they own Asians, if they owe them reparations, pay them. But you can't get mad every time a black person step up or our people step up and say, hey, we want payment. And so I'm not mad at Obama for not agreeing with what we want. I'm mad because you have a big voice and you're speaking against something what we're trying to fight for. So the messed up thing is, because we're not high or we're not celebrities, if we speak on something against you guys, the political system, or the celebrities that's fighting for these guys, and now we're wrong. So we don't put some type of cap on celebrities. And when I say celebrities, I'm not just talking about rappers or movie stars. I'm talking about the political people that you can speak against what we're fighting for, because we're fighting for freedom. We're fighting for prison reform. We are actually fighting for this stuff, and it's just us. And we don't need Obama. We don't need Shannon Sharp. We don't need Stephen A. Smith. We don't need none of these people knocking what we're speaking out for, because we're not knocking what you guys are asking for. And so that's why I always say that it's so hard on the black man. And I ain't crying about it. I understand that it was hard on Jesus, which was a black man. I understand that part. But the part I don't understand is when our own people are speaking out against us, when we're speaking on some facts that matter. Regardless of what you say, I understand that everybody say, it's the women, it's 9-1. Of course it's 9-1, because our black men are locked up for charges that they shouldn't be. So if I'm speaking out to Obama or anybody that's with the political system, that's celebrity, whatever you are, if we're fighting for a cause, let us fight. We totally understand that you're not going to fight with us, because to fight with us, you have to fight for reparations. You have to fight for prison reform. You have to fight for police killing black men. You got to fight for men getting killed in prison. You got to fight for a cause that you really don't want to talk about. Like they say about slavery. They don't want to talk about slavery and all that stuff in school. Yeah, the reason they want to talk about it because it makes them feel bad. And it shows their kids, they go home to their parents and say, hey, why didn't you tell us that black people was the first person on this earth, or Jesus was black, or why didn't you tell us that blacks was treated like that? So you got people that know how we was treated, and look at the marches. You got whites, you got Asians, you got Chinese, you got people marching with us. The messed up thing is our own people are not marching with us. We got the Obamas and all those people speaking out against the issues that we know are the big issues, and they don't roll with us. So my question is this: why should we ride with you and you don't ride with us. I was telling O this, and I was telling him about help. And I was telling him that why always do you gotta say you help me first, then I help you? Why don't you listen to me first and help me first, and then whatever you're talking about, we can come along? That's the what I don't get. Because I know for 100% fact, I know the criminal justice system is the most racist slavery system that you could ever deal with. So what I'm saying to the politicians and Obamas, we should be talking about this every day. And I'm gonna get to that later. We should be talking about that every day. So man, shout out to Kels, man. We are still praying for you, Kels. We are hoping that you are rehabilitating yourself. We're hoping if you had an issue that you are straightening out that issue, and we hoping that you make it home. We still love your music. It's messed up that we can't even play your music because the media done said Kels is a bad person. Don't play his music. I'm still playing it, Kels. I'm still waiting to catch somebody in the closet. So yeah, man, I'ma always speak for my black men because I'm one. I'm in this skin, and I know how hard it is for us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm always speak up on that. So like I said, if you're gonna let Jeffrey Dahmer's stuff play on iTunes and Amazon and all these sites, what's wrong with Kels? Anything to keep the black man down. Yeah, we experienced that. I always talk about police. I've never met a good one. If you're out there, holler at me. If you're a good one and you out there, holler at me, because I've dealt with them all my life. And even though I was doing wrong, but when they caught me, they still was on shice. They still was putting drugs on us. Facts. They still was talking about, I'll mess you up. They still was calling us evil. They never tried to help and say, hey man, you can do something better in your life. You can go to school. Man, you smart, man. If you can sell drugs, you can go sell cakes. And I haven't heard that from them. Only thing I've heard is, I'm going to kill you. I'll never forget when they caught my friend one time. They beat him up and they dislocated his eye. And you would think that they would care a little bit, but this is real facts. I got pulled over by them like a week later, and they talked crazy to me, and this is what they said. They said, you see what we did to Sellers? And in my mind, I said, yeah, you dislocated his eye. He had to go to the hospital. He could have been blind in one of his eyes, and you bragged on it. So, speaking to the police officers, how am I supposed to trust you when the representatives that you guys got out here is representing y'all? I tell all the time, we represent Block Familia together. And if I go out there and do some mess, it's going to come back on him. Because I represent him like he represents me, because we're a family and we're a business, and it's the same thing. We have to hold police accountable for like that. So if you know bad police officers in your precinct, you need to hold them accountable. Maybe if you talk to them, maybe if you show them something different, they might have a different outlook. But the police station and the courts are judged on how they treat us. So we got to judge all you guys the same until you show us different. They say one bad apple spoils the bunch, and it's true. And how I figured that out lately. I never knew nothing about this. And so I went to the store and I bought a bag of apples. And this is real talk. I bought a bag of apples. Matter of fact, my auntie did. She bought a bag of apples, just to keep it real. And so I looked in the bag one day and one of the apples was spoiled. I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't really care about it. I was just like, okay, yes, it's in there. I came back 2 days later and I looked in that bag. The apples that was the one apple, because it was touching the rest of the apples, all of them had a little spoil spot on it. And I said, wow, one apple really spoils the bunch. So when you're talking about the police and you're talking about the criminal justice, we got to judge you guys together. So if the Democrats get in there and do nothing like they have for the last 3 years, we're judging all you guys by it. And we're judging the people who gassed us up to vote. We're judging the politicians. We're judging some of these celebrities because some people listen to these celebrities. And some people go vote according to what they say. Love Dr. Umar. And Dr. Umar told Charlamagne the God, he said, it didn't matter if Herschel Walker won or Warnock. It's still going to be the same thing. We haven't experienced anything different. So this is what I'm threw off by. And I say this to Democrats and I say it to Republicans. In my mind, they are two of the biggest gangs that it is. So if you have two candidates, do you vote for the better one or do you vote for the party? I mean, tell me what it is, because I understand the Democrat vote Democrat, Republican vote Republican. So you're not voting for the better candidate. You're voting for a party. You're voting for a party. So you can have the worst candidate, and I pick on Joe Biden, not because I don't like him. I pick on Joe Biden because I understand that you signed one of the biggest slavery bills it is with the crime bill. And how do we vote you as a president when we understand that it's slavery in your history, and we understand that you haven't came and done nothing on a bill that's really hurt the whole black community? But what you give us is this. You go on Breakfast Club and say, if you ain't black, if you ain't voting for me, you ain't black. Wow. What makes you so important to vote for you is what I want to know. Is it because you've done nothing for 50 years? Is it because you was Obama vice president? Well, that's what they gonna roll on. So I don't get it voting for party. I don't understand it. I think you should vote for the best candidate who is the best for the job. And everybody in America knew when they voted for Joe Biden that he wasn't the best for the job. They just voted Democrat. And that's just true facts. That's just real. So yeah, I always say I'm gonna fight for my black men because I understand how hard it is. I understand that we are enemies to a lot of people for no reason. I hate that. I hate that because the color of our skin, that to some people we almost always the enemy. And it's sad. But yeah, but I'm gonna flip the note on that because that is what it is, and I had fun with that. I just wanted to talk about that because I wanted to let you guys know why I had a fear of having a son. And the reason I had a fear having a son, because I understood that he was gonna have to come out here and deal with a world that was past his understanding. And they don't understand. So we just try to raise them the best way we can. And now they're getting raised by Instagram and Facebook. Even though that's a whole nother subject, but for the parents, it's time for us to put our foot down and stop letting our kids play games and Instagram and Facebook all day. So it's just time for us to kind of put our foot down on that. You know what I'm saying? For real, because that's all they knowing. And they still smart and all this, but they getting lazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that on that. I ain't gonna burn y'all out on that. Cause I want to talk about this other subject. What's going on with Diddy? What's going? Hold up, Diddy. You got me confused. I knew you had a girlfriend, Young Miami. I knew you had a chick on the side. I don't know other chick name. But now you got a whole baby out here. Young Miami, we need some answers for real, man. We need some answers. Cause Diddy, you got a woman, girlfriend, you got a woman on the side, and you got a baby. That's a bit much, Diddy. So yeah, we want to try to figure out what's going on with that, Diddy. And the baby just popped up, and we knew nothing about the baby, and we ain't seen. Can we at least see the baby? Who is the baby? That's what I want to know. Who is the baby by? Man, that's one thing. I love my boy Puff though, man. I love Diddy, man. I love Diddy. I think he's the one guy that's honest with his females, and we don't get that a lot. And that's why I don't believe he goes through a lot of drama. Well, I don't. I'm a guy that I want one female. I just want a wife, and I'm gonna do it just like how God say do it. And I just want one wife, and I just want to be happy. But shout out to Diddy, man. You know what I mean? Girlfriend, side chick, and new baby. Shout out to Diddy, man. I'm digging that. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging that. We just want to know the new baby, who the new baby. We all in your business. Yeah, on Friday. We all in your business. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to throw that out there because I want to talk about that. And Young Miami, we need answers. Cause you didn't even you at least should have told us he had a baby on the way. Yeah, we need answers. I know y'all be wondering what's in my cup. Something good. And I'm gonna go back on something. I'm not going back on it, but I had a different outlook on it. And I was looking at Charlamagne the God again, and he was interviewing Dr. Umar. And he was talking about Dion. And on my last show, I was just talking about Dion, and I made some little jokes about it. You'll see it on my last show if you go check it out. Yeah, make sure you subscribe and make sure you share this. You know what I'm saying? If it's good to you and you like it, make sure you share it and make sure you give me a like. You can even give me a comment because I know most of y'all always say y'all don't agree with nothing I say anyway. So, well, most of you, but some of you do. But holler at me and I'll change it up if it's valuable. If you got some valuable information, let me know and I'll change it up. But I was listening to Dr. Umar and he gave Dion, I think, about 50,000 lashes. You know what? I'm going to reach out to Umar and I'm going to ask him, can I use that? Because I'm going to give some of these black slaves lashes too. But he said something to get on the honest tip. Because I was saying last time that every time that a black man makes a good decision, that other black guys always say, he sold out, or he done this, he done that. Well, before I go to what Dr. Umar said, I want to talk about Jesus. Y'all already know I talk about Jesus. I love Jesus. But Jesus never stayed in one place. He understood that there was always work to be done in so many different places. And I always tell people don't get stagnant where they are. Because sometimes you can get in a position and you can get so stagnant right there, you just be stuck right there for 5 years and be like, man, I should have been done this. And so that's the part about Dion that I got, because I understand that there was levels, and I understand that you got to move here and move there because there's always work to be done everywhere you go. But Dr. Umar was saying the reason why he was mad at Dion because Dion could have did something for our community that need to be done. And he was talking about how, yeah, other coaches, other stars, football, basketball, he could have helped them get to HBCUs and then put HBCUs on a path where we need to be. I was reading something and it was saying something about like over 50% of our HBUs is up for closure and out of money. I was talking to somebody at TSU because I'm from Nashville, and I was talking to somebody at TSU, and TSU still waiting on loans and grants and all that type of stuff because we are not bringing any revenue to the HBCUs. I always hear that people every time, well, Oprah Winfrey donated a whole lot of money to TSU one year, and I never forget this, and somebody stole the money. My question is, why come the people that they always say steal the money, why come we never hear about them? Howard Gentry at TSU. When Oprah gave that money, who stole it? Well, see, in my mind, I'm thinking like, if the people over the HBCUs are not bringing to the forefront who's stealing the money, it gotta be them. So that's the other messed up part about HBCUs is you got these high time guys like Dion and all those people, they're trying to come and work. But when you go through people stealing money and this going on, I mean, it's hard. But I understand what Dr. Umar was talking about when he was saying like, Dion, you could have did something for the culture. My thing is, who is finally, as I'm talking about celebrity wise, who is going to break down and say, hey, I'm going to take a stand for the culture? And a lot of people do it, but they do it by themselves. It's so messed up to where in this country, if you sign a bill, if you do anything and you say it's for blacks, oh, it's racist, it's outcast, it's everything, but you still got KKK around. And so we understand that's the other part about the black community. What we understand is we can't say nothing we doing nothing for the blacks. Because if we do that, the media plays us like we the racist ones, and we're not. We're just trying to say, hey, our community has been held down, our community has been bagged up for years, and now we're trying to do something for us. We're trying to do something for us. And every time it's a problem. And so it's going to have to come to a point to where our celebrities and our top people, they're going to have to take a sacrifice for the culture. And when they do take a sacrifice, the Stephen A's, the Shannon Sharps, the whoever, the Obamas, don't try to stop them from doing it. Bag it up and see if it works. Because we've understand over 400 years that the way they going about doing it, it don't work for black people. It don't work for us. It don't work. So man, it's okay to do something for your community, for your black community. That don't make you racist. That makes you trying to build up something, what we're trying to get back together, what we're trying to come back to ourselves, because we also need the finances to deal with this mental health. because a lot of black people done been through stuff that they can't come back from, so they are dealing with mental health. And now we need the money to take care of that part. So reparations won't do anything without having mental health classes in line, without having the help that a lot of our people need. I dealt with that in prison. I dealt with mental health, and I dealt with stuff that was in me from my past that I didn't even know affected me until I dealt with that. So yeah, so celebrities are not the smartest people. They are smart. They are geniuses. But you got people, you got a lot of black men out here and black women and just people, period, that know stuff too. And maybe if you go with their plan, something might change, because the agenda that Democrats and Republicans has had for all these years, it just don't work for us. It don't work for us. So Obama, yeah, we are trying to do something just for the black community. And that should be okay. That ain't saying you're racist. That ain't saying you hate another person. That ain't saying none of that. That's just saying, I want to try to get my people in a space to where they can be okay, to where they can deal with stuff that they have dealt with for 400 years, because it ain't did nothing but lingered on to our kids and our grandkids. And, you know, I'm teaching my kids now, look, yeah, this is where your ancestors come from, but you can do better. You can do better. So it's okay to lift your black community up. It's okay. It ain't racist. A lot of us not. I like white people more than I like black people sometimes. You know how we are. You know what I mean? You know, because, what I do understand is how much black people done went through. So when I go through something with a black person, I understand what they've been through and the reason why we going through what we going through. And the reason why they think like they think. And the reason why we don't trust each other. Yeah, so, man, Deion, I understand. I'm still going to stand on him moving on and bettering his career. And also, I think about when he went to the basketball game the other day. When he walked in there, they looked at him like Jesus. And that's what people see when they see a strong black man. When they see a strong black man, regardless of what you think, they see Jesus. And so, Boyce Watkins was talking about one time how a lot of different genres of people, they like get really excited when we come around, like our energy. It's just something about that black energy. It's just something about that black energy. When it come around, it just get That's why I always talk about the pigment of our skin. I always talk about that energy. And that's why our rap community is so powerful. And that's why I always encourage rappers to talk about positive stuff, because that'll sell too. You don't have to talk about killing people or shooting people, because I tell people all the time, our community won't change until the music change. Because our kids listen and they like it. And they feel like, I gotta be this to be cool. I gotta go get an op. I gotta go run an op down to be cool. No, you ain't gotta run an op down to be cool. Cool is going to school, getting your education, making something out of your life. Run the op down gonna get you in prison. Run the op down is gonna get you a feeling on the inside that you never felt before. Because when you do stuff to people that's so low, it eats you up inside. I've been around the people that it eats you up inside. So yeah, so if we're standing for the community, let us stand for the community. Don't speak against us. If you don't agree with us, keep it quiet. Don't speak against us. And we still love you, Obama. We still best with you. But don't speak against us. Ride with us one time. This subject right here is just It made me so happy, but it ate me up on the inside. I want to ask you a question. What did Brittany Griner do? What did not Brittany? I'm talking about Brittany. What did Russia court system do wrong? I'm gonna just let that sink in for a minute and let you sit down and think about that. What did they do to her wrong? Nothing. She went through the airport. She got caught with weed. She got took to jail. They sentenced her. Now I'm gonna say this. If I can point out anything wrong that she did, that Russia did to her, it's the sentencing. They over sentenced her for weed. But where did they get that from? They got that from America. So Russia did nothing wrong at all. Russia caught somebody doing something illegal, and I'm happy she out. Don't try to, you know how I know some of y'all try to flip it. I'm so happy that she's out. I'm happy that US went and got her because they understand prison systems. And USA understand if our prisons are bad in USA, they can just imagine how bad they are in Russia. So they went and got her. So you mean to tell me you went and got somebody out of jail that was guilty? I'm gonna let that sink in. You went and got somebody out of jail. Shout out to Kim K. Kim Kardashian. I'm gonna give you more props than I've given a lot of these celebrities and a lot of rappers and stuff. You've been fighting for prison reform for years now. And I ain't seen nobody speak out about it like you have. Period. Nobody. None of them. And Kim said this. She said, y'all went free Brittany Griner from Russia for weed. Now, what about all the people that's locked up for weed here? So this ain't about Brittany. This is about that political agenda. Now, Joe, we ain't vote for you. They feel like, okay, let's go get Brittany. Guess what that feeds? It feeds the black community. It feeds the LGBTQ community. It feeds the community for votes. But how did you go get somebody guilty and you got hundreds of thousands of innocent people here in your own country? See, that's the next part why we don't agree with you guys. And that's the next part why we don't bag you guys up. Because you will go through the wall for celebrities. Because as I say, they know people that know y'all. So now Brittany's out. We're happy about that. What about all the other people? What about all the people that you got in America that's locked up for nothing? I got a friend that just got out doing a 15-year sentence for a charge that y'all knew. Y'all knew he was innocent. But again, when it comes to the black man, nobody fights. Y'all let a murderer who has possibly killed over 10,000 people or had over 10,000 people killed to get somebody out that was guilty. And y'all wonder why we got a problem with y'all. Y'all wonder why we don't want to bag y'all agendas up, because it's all an agenda. Now y'all got the vote. When y'all did something and that shows you how illegal this system in America is. Y'all are going and get the guilty out. What about the innocent? Come on, man. Come on now. So the messed up thing is y'all put these celebrities on high. Y'all act like they gods around here. So the black people, ooh, y'all did a good. Guess what? These black people, y'all did a good job. When I say y'all stayed in their ear about Brittany and she made it out fresh, and y'all did a good job with bagging her up. What about the stuff that means more? What about the millions of people that's locked up in this system? What about the people that need to be bagged up here? But America, again, they put their celebrities and these people that celebrities know on high. And we gotta suffer. And we still gotta get time. And I'm just trying to figure out when are y'all gonna fight for the black men? But it's okay. I just want to thank God right now just for giving us the strength to deal with it, because most of you couldn't. Most of you could deal with it. It just shows you how, like I said, how low down and dirty this system is, that you are going to get free people out, and you got innocent people that's locked up for a long time, and y'all know that they innocent. So celebrities and all these people, they always wonder why we don't fight with y'all, because y'all never fight with us. And we understand what's most important to fight for. We understand that y'all don't know. Guess what? Obama, Tasha, what's his name? Tasha, all your kids ain't never had to go through what we had to go through. So yes, you're gonna look at it a whole different type of way. So I'm trying to get you guys to come talk to people like me, and we can educate you guys on what's going on. So maybe you'll fight for us. Or maybe not. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Who knows? Let us know. But we can't bag you up. We can't bag you up if you don't bag us up. Because we understand the agenda of these systems, whether you get it or not. So yeah, we so happy Britney's free. Finally, America did something right. You finally did something right. But it's a lot of people offended by what you did. And I'm one of them. And not that I'm not happy Britney's free. I'm just sad that it's a lot of innocent people that ain't free. And you guys are going and get the guilty people. So yeah, you guys did a switch. And guess what? Every country is going to use that against you. My celebrities, my top names, this might not be a good time for you to travel outside the country. Because now that America done set a precedent of, if you get one of our celebrities and lock them up, we will do a switch with y'all on somebody that they want. Because to get somebody let go for weed and let a super duper murderer go, it just says a lot about America. But once again, I say, America loves murder. So man, look, y'all know I'm gonna stay on the issues. If you're a live subscribe show, you're gonna agree with me on some stuff, but I want y'all to agree with me on this. I want y'all to ride with me on this. I want y'all to think about America let go free, let people go free that's innocent, but that's guilty, and keep the innocent locked up. We as black men has experienced this ourselves. So yeah. So our word don't mean much to you guys because y'all understand they done locked us up. How do you take a person voting rights because they catch a charge? Like, I mean, just sit back and think about some of that stuff. Like, okay, you caught a charge, we're gonna take your right to vote. Like, that don't even, man, the system ain't rigged. It's just how they want it to be. It's perfectly going how they want it to be. And I'm gonna stand against that. And I know I'm gonna stand by myself, and I know it's a couple more guys gonna stand, but I'm gonna stand against it. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die knowing that I stood against a racist system that's targeting black men. And anybody that don't have that's not racist, no matter what color you are, you know the stuff what I'm saying. It's just the truth, and it has nothing to do with race. It got something to do with a system that's been corrupt. It's gonna stay corrupt, and it's never gonna change. So if I'm gonna say anything, I'm gonna say I'm standing on what I believe on. So you can stand or not, but this is if you a live subscribe show, and it is what it is. Until next time, holla.